What's up, guys? Welcome to the Kind of Funny Morning Show for June 26th, 2017. I'm Tim Gettys, joined by the producer, Nick Scarpino.
It's almost July.
It's almost July. This month went faster than I think any month in the history of months.
It did. I blame E3. That's just that whole week was a blur.
Yeah.
It's just one alcoholic blur.
Oh, man. What a good E3, though. I keep thinking about it.
I had an excellent time this E3.
Yeah.
Excellent time. This was the first E3 that I'm like, I'm just going to enjoy it.
Did we win you over on E3?
No, not well, the social aspect, yes. The roaming around the show floor looking at games aspect, I could take that or leave that. But really, like, I enjoyed doing the live show. That was super fun. Like, I enjoyed watching you guys do that. It was awesome having everyone there.
You were on for 20 minutes.
I did my 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's all anyone can stomach of me talking about video games. About as much as I know. Also, we didn't talk about video games. I just played one, which was cool.
Yeah.
No, it was super fun. It was cool. It's just, what makes it nice is that we chose not to go to VidCon the next week.
Yep.
You know, it would have been
which was last weekend.
So it was cool.
I had a bit of FOMO about that, though. I was getting a lot of tweets or texts from friends and stuff of pictures of all them hanging out and VidCon stuff. I'm like,
sure, it would have been super fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would have been
fun. But it
was
also fun not doing that.
It was great not doing that and just doing these shows.
Yep.
That was actually super fun.
I tweeted out yesterday. I feel really good about stuff. And I do. Last week was freaking awesome. It was a good week. All of our shows I felt better about than I have in a very long time.
Yeah, me as well.
We debuted the new Games Cast. People seem to be loving the new format. Thank you for your support. Games Daily, still killing it.
Yeah.
Killing it. Our #1 spot on iTunes, we were dethroned by Car Talk yesterday.
Fucking Car Talk.
For a brief moment, now we're fucking back.
The thing about Car Talk is this: I'm this close to listening to that podcast.
So no, this close. You gotta stop. You gotta stop.
I'm this close.
Here's
I can't
the deal.
add more podcasts, though.
Schemy Tim Gettys is gonna get to the goddamn bottom of this. I want Kind of Funny Games Daily to be the #1 video game podcast, definitively.
Yeah.
In the same way that Greg used to say, "Oh, PlayStation Beyond, no, Podcast Beyond is the #1 PlayStation podcast."
Right.
I want to be able to say Kind of Funny Games Daily is
I don't see why
the
not.
#1, but I want to be able to mean it.
Should we just say it?
I want
Let's
something.
just start
no,
saying
no,
it,
we can't
and
just
we'll
say
back into it. We'll back into it.
See, that's my thing. That's my thing. I feel like we need to somehow. We just need one thing to hold on to be like, well, asterisk according to this. And I think iTunes is a very good place. So I need to figure out exactly what the algorithm is. I have my theories.
Yeah.
I think that they check every 24 hours and whatever gets the most views every 24 hours is up there, which is why
kind of makes sense.
Games Daily gets is high because we release
do
that
it every
daily.
day. Yeah.
But Greg has a theory, and this makes a lot of sense, that the amount of reviews and subscriptions also count towards that.
Right.
So we need everyone's help to push that.
Okay.
Across all of our shows, but specifically Games Daily.
Yeah.
If you could just subscribe on iTunes, podcasts, or podcast services around the globe, and review it, I think it's going to really help us in our quest to be #1. #1, Nick.
I want to be #1. I want to be #1. In a perfect world, we would take, how many podcasts do we do? 15?
We have 4 podcasts.
Right.
We have Kind of Funny Morning Show.
Right.
This very show right now.
You're watching it. Boom.
We have Game Over Greggy Show.
Right.
We have Kind of Funny Games Cast, and we have Kind of Funny Games Daily.
That's fun.
Yeah.
So we would take, in a perfect world, we would take spots 1 through 4.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
We're now they're all on the same chart now.
Good.
Games and hobbies.
That's fun.
So,
Games and hobbies.
Is the category it's under.
That's perfect. That is super perfect. How was your weekend?
My weekend was great, man.
What did you watch this weekend?
I watched a whole bunch of. I got a lot of work done this weekend, which was fun. But yeah, I watched a lot of stuff. I did not watch Cars 3. That was in the plan, but I'm gonna have to wait to watch that sometime this week. But I did watch Glow. From start.
I also started watching Glow. I did. So I
one sitting
wanted to finish it. I had some family in town this weekend who had not watched Glow yet and had promised their Glow watching to someone else, which is always, I understand that. Yeah. I've been there. I got a wife. When I promise I'm going to watch them with her, I like to come through on that promise.
You got to do it.
But she was like, I was like, do you want to just start watching? Because we only watched 3 episodes. I'm like, you can catch up in like less than an hour. Yeah.
Well, so here's the problem. Like, I thought these were 20-minute episodes. They're not. They're like minimum 30 minutes.
They're solid 30. But I was like, we only watched 3. You could, if we started watching right now, we could go. But the problem is, when my family comes into town, we all just talk over whatever we're watching. So instead of watching the rest of Glow, I started watching 10 Things I Hate About You again, because I'm like,
classic.
It's classic. I haven't seen it in forever. Still love it.
The tweets now make sense from you.
Very, very, very interesting movie to go back and watch. I'm like, wow, screenwriters in the 90s really gave high schoolers a lot of credit.
Yeah.
Like, they gave them a lot of dialogue that no one even would even come close. It was like that, Dawson's Creek, anything written by Kevin Smith. All of those, you're just like, none of us are this smart. None of us talk like this. But going back and watching it again, I did get all the references now. Like, there was a lot little, because the person that was in town is actually, she used to be a teacher, so she's like, that's a reference to Shakespeare. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay.
So you didn't get the references. Having someone informed next to you gave you the references.
I said I get the references now.
Oh, okay.
I get the references
got it.
now.
So this weekend was informative.
Because I watched it with someone smarter than me who actually has read Shakespeare. But going back to Glow for a second, you watched the whole thing. I watched the entire thing. So technically it was 2 sittings. I watched the first half, we went to dinner and then came back and watched the rest of it. Okay. What are your thoughts? Just top level.
Spoiler-free thoughts. Yeah. It is good.
Yeah.
I would even say...
Not great, though.
It's not great. I'd say it's really good. Not great. I think that it's going to be very overhyped at the end of the day. I think it's a very solid show. I would recommend watching it for sure. It's a lot of fun. The characters are great overall. But my problem is I feel like the show, for all of its greatness, had too many faults that just, they didn't connect right with me. And I feel like there was a lot of plot points where I thought the character dynamics were great, but I thought a lot of the characters' actual arcs didn't really pay off.
Interesting. Here comes big old Greg Miller coming in.
Oh, God.
There it is. Going to give us the elbow.
What's he going to give us?
Whatever that means.
Scooch a little bit.
Sure.
Watched all of Glow as well.
No spoilers.
I'm aware of some of the no spoilers.
The chair that we're sitting on cannot handle all the weight that is happening right now.
I know that he has a wife. He makes a promise to her. He keeps it.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm with you. Glow was good.
I am shocked you're with me.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought you were gonna love it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Just because of wrestling?
Yeah. No,
Here's the thing, and this is gonna sound very hipster.
Give it to me, Greg.
The guy wearing all black who's losing weight.
As a guy who enjoyed the Glow documentary so much,
sure,
I thought they didn't do enough with that. I mean, they had a couple callbacks. They got the rapping in there. Like, they're all living in a hotel. It's pulled from a true story. You know what I mean? I get that. My problem, I think, is similar to what you're talking about. Of like, Alison Brie's character, I liked all right.
Did you? She's completely unlikable. I like her simply because she's Alison Brie.
That's probably a huge part of it, is the fact that she was all right, and just the way that, like, she's not a good person. I think she doesn't really even try to be towards the, it's a weird thing.
She doesn't have an arc.
I don't like the Wolf, Sheila?
Not at all.
I wanted
way too much focus on her.
Yeah, well, I thought it was a focus on her of then we're going to build it up to give you this giant moment.
Yep, and it wasn't there, and there's so many other characters that I wanted them to go deeper on, and that they didn't at all. They was just like, there's certain characters that just show up in like the second half and get a storyline that I'm like, that storyline is either really lazy and weak, or it doesn't give me any more of the character that I actually wanted.
Exactly, yeah, 100%.
I mean, I'm not being really negative about this. I enjoyed it the entire way through.
My thing is I wanted to enjoy it more than I did.
Yeah.
And also the way it was promoted, I thought I was going to enjoy it way more than I did. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping by the time we get to season 2, I'm assuming there will be, it's getting a lot of promotion, but they have been canceling stuff. The Girl Boss got latest Netflix show to get canceled. Yeah. I know, don't get me wrong, different quality.
But
just the fact that I think when we get around to next time, hopefully they'll double down on all that and get into it. But yeah, I'm with you. I didn't like the mom, who's, the all-American girl or whatever. Liberty Bell.
Are you kidding me? She was my favorite part of the show. But I do think that she also had issues where some of her character growth, I'm like, this doesn't make sense. No one would act this way.
My problem so funny to hear you guys say this because I'm 3 episodes in and I'm like excited for where this is going right now. Yeah. Because I see them being pit against each other and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Continue, sorry.
I'm not gonna say anything above that.
But don't forget too that this man likes Daddy's Home. So you probably should still be excited for this.
I bought us.
You just turn off your head.
The pre-sale tickets for Daddy's Home 2 went on sale yesterday. I got us 4.
Well, John Cena's in it, I'm sure.
I got us 4.
A problem I have with the show, and I was telling Nick this earlier, is I feel like it kind of has an identity issue where it's billed as a comedy. And it's definitely not a comedy, but it's also not quite a documentary. It's not kind of a biopic where it's like going through what actually happened. It's dramedy. Almost that, but it never quite dives into either side.
That's an interesting thing that Netflix has going for it, right? Which is, I don't like it, but a lot of people do. Like, have you watched Orange is the New Black?
Yes.
It's the same vibe where it's like, am I supposed to laugh at this?
Producers as well.
Or is exactly? And I'm like, that's why I had to stop watching that. I'm like, I don't understand what this is supposed to be. Because she said something really funny, but then the next scene is like something horrible happening to someone, and I just don't understand where I'm supposed to be with this. I'll tell you this: I'm really liking Glow. I'm really liking it because I didn't even expect it necessarily to be a comedy. What are you doing?
It's just the chat. I'm sorry.
What's happening?
Gee, Gillis, Daddy is home indeed. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? What's hilarious is when you got up, I legitimately thought it was going to cartoon catapult me into the fucking air because this chair is not holding all of our girth.
Good. Could be bad.
Could be better.
Yes.
I like the way, just from a technical standpoint, I love the way the show looks. I love that they nailed the 80s vibe. I love
that.
Everything
they just
about
get better
that.
and better and better.
It's shot gorgeously. I think Mark Maron does a great job in it.
Yep.
You can tell he's improvised some of his lines. You're like, he's obviously really great at that. I'm liking it so far, so I'll see. We'll do maybe we'll revisit it when I finish it, hopefully this week. We'll do either online or we'll do you and I'll talk over lunch and we'll figure out
let's talk about it more because I definitely enjoyed it and I do recommend watching it because at the very least I think it does a good job of teaching people wrestling.
Sure.
Like Gia watching it, she now kind of understands more like why anyone would like WWE at all. Because there's so much heart there, and there is so much, and it's like this. It teaches you, all right, it's a soap opera. All right, here are the different terms that you use.
Right.
Here's why characters matter, and here's the here's what's real and what's fake, and all that. And it's like there's a heart to it. Like it really hits you in an awesome place. But I just think that overall, it never went there. It saw the line and was like, all right, cool, we're going to back off that a bit. And then, yeah, especially in the later episodes, there's just some really weak storylines. Like, when you start going through in the A-B plot...
The problem with Netflix in general is that they do... How many episodes is this season? 10? Okay, probably should be 6.
Yeah.
Maybe 8.
Well, okay,
There's always 2 episodes in every fucking Netflix series where you're like, I just don't need these. I don't need the backstory on the Wolf Girl.
Yeah,
I don't need it.
It's not so much...
She's a funny side character.
I wouldn't say there was an episode or 2 that could get cut, but there was definitely like an episode or 2 of time that could have got cut overall.
Yeah.
Like there was no bad episode.
That's what I mean. I mean, if it were 10 episodes makes good, does 6 episodes make great?
Yeah.
Does 8 episodes make great?
It's an interesting thing to bring up because
I know there's an economy of scale here when you're shooting these shows, so I get that. There's a budget you have to take care of.
I feel like this felt more like a very long movie than TV normally does. Like it has a very clear beginning, middle, and end.
Right.
In the structure of a film that differs from the structure of a TV season normally. Mm-hmm. And I was impressed by that, but it still did feel a little bit long. And for how long it was, I feel like it was kind of surface level in ways that it could have and should have went deeper. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. But it was definitely awesome. Let us know what you think about it. So many of the characters are great. And it's weird to me that Alison Brie's character is not at all the standout.
It's a very interesting character. Yeah, it's very interesting because you can see that's happening right now, even in the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
D-A-E-I-I says, I think Master of None had the perfect amount of episodes. Let us know how many those were. Because I feel like that was 10 also. And I haven't watched.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's 10 as well.
I tried watching Master of None, and again, it's another one of those shows that I'm like, this just didn't vibe with me for some reason.
I did not watch Master of None Season 1.
Yeah.
I watched the last 5 episodes of Season 2 just because Gia started watching it, and I got hooked.
Really?
Yeah, it was just on, I was like working, I kept looking over at it, and then, there's a plot line that starts in the second half of Season 2, and I'm like, oh, I'm all in. And I thought they did a great job with it.
Okay, maybe I'll go back and watch that.
That's only the last half of season
There's a lot.
2.
I don't know. Maybe they go by fast. There's a lot of great stuff on Netflix right now. So
10 episodes for each season.
10 episodes for each. Yeah, that sounds about right.
The first season was very okay. The second season is great, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say about it. Mm-hmm. Gia just finished watching Orange is the New Black Season 5 yesterday.
As did Danielle.
Man, that's just fucked up.
Yeah.
Totally
My wife
fucked up.
literally texted me. She's like, I'm crying right now.
Yeah.
She was like, I cried
really
through
intense.
all of the episodes. She just cried through. I'm like, Jesus, okay. I'm not watching this show. Too much.
Still, there's 2 more seasons signed on.
Jesus,
I'm like,
really?
I'm like, how long is she in prison for? Let her out already, for Christ's sake.
It was a year and 18 months, I think, total, what she was supposed to be in prison for.
It's great. It's like Walking Dead. You have no concept of how long they've actually been existing in this world.
Yeah.
Like, people are like, it's been going on for years. I'm like, I don't think so. I think it's only been like a year, right?
It's been like 1 week.
Yeah, it's only been like 2 days. Rick went from cleanly shaved cock to fucking mountain man in approximately 1 week.
This last season of Orange is the New Black, I think, only took place over like, I want to say like 4 or 5 days.
Probably. I mean, yeah, because it took place during a riot.
Yeah, that's what I understand. Again, I won't go back and watch that. It's not my show. It's not. I get that it's great. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, I tried even with season 1, and it didn't resonate.
What was
with
the
me
show
at all.
they did before that? The producers of Orange is the New Black did something prior to that.
Was it Weeds?
It was Weeds.
Yeah.
And again, Weeds had the same problem where I watch it, I'm like, this show's boring to me because I don't know if it's a drama or a comedy. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Weeds was good for like the first 2 seasons, and I feel like season 3, like everybody would want to have sex with the protagonist, including her son. and it was like it got weird.
But the other thing that was always weird to me was it has Kevin Nealon in it, right?
Yeah.
And he is hilarious. And every time he's on screen, I'm like, he's not doing anything funny. He's actually acting. I don't understand this world.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, that's weird to me. I have my old feeble brain.
So you know what else I watched this weekend, Nick?
What's that?
I didn't get to finish it, but so I just got YouTube TV.
What is YouTube TV?
It's TV.
What does that mean? Okay.
It's TV using YouTube.
Okay.
You get a 1 month free trial.
So you can get your terrestrial, like cable,
yep.
NBC, ABC, all those things through YouTube.
Through YouTube.
Fascinating.
Yeah, which
Did not know they were doing
on your TV, on your phone.
Does it get you ad-free experiences on YouTube as well, or?
No, it doesn't.
Okay,
YouTube TV and YouTube Red, totally separate.
Totally separate.
Yeah. This is like a PlayStation View competitor.
Got it.
And it's only in certain markets. We're one of the markets. So I was like, I'll give it a shot.
What up, SF?
And I started watching it, and then I did
that Google Fiber yet, but
no,
you got that.
They're working on it. But they're working on it. They stopped. They're on that Nick Scarpino shit where I'm just like flicking through TV, just seeing what the fuck's on. I haven't done that in
I did
15 years.
All weekend.
And came across a little gem I like to call Speed Racer. And I know me and you differ on this, but fuck, let me remind you, Speed Racer is one of the greatest cinematic experiences of all time. They just fucking
Release
double
it in
down.
4K. What are you afraid of?
What I love about it is, and let me say this, Nick. So many times I'll look at a movie and be like, oh, the CG fucking ruins this. Or I'll be like, oh, it's so fake, or whatever.
Yeah.
This is the one movie where that's the point.
Yeah.
And it was artful how they used the green screen and how they used transitions and faked, like, just, the whole thing is fake and it looks like a cartoon. That's the point. It's like, oh, well, why is it live action? It's like, it's the opposite of Space Jam, right?
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like putting people in a cartoon.
Right.
And oh my God.
They nail it.
Shout out to them.
You know what I'm going to do?
Where is the 4K Ultra HD version of this?
No one knows.
Where is it?
No one will ever know. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because I actually came across Speed Racer this weekend as well, and I had a thought. I'm like, maybe, just maybe, I should go back and watch Speed Racer again.
Yes.
Because maybe, just maybe, my hatred toward that movie was because it was the Wachowski brothers, siblings now. And I wanted it to be more like a Matrix experience, and it was a complete and total departure with that. Also, I was a huge fan of when they brought Speed Racer over, I think it was on MTV. Do you remember that? When they actually showed all of the Speed Racer cartoon on MTV?
I mean, growing up, I watched it as a kid, but
so I
don't think it was on MTV.
And I think they tried to have, it's syndicated somewhere, I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was Comedy Central.
I only watched it on VHS when teachers were gone and substitute teachers would put it in. So I've seen a lot of it, but it was just like random episodes here and there. So again, whatever. Speed Racer.
Long story short, it's on HBO right now. I think you can stream it on HBO. Yeah, I will go back and watch it at some point this week.
You should, man.
Go Speed. Who was Emil Hirsch? Right? Was Speed Racer in that?
That sounds right. I'm not sure.
Emil
Christina
Hirsch,
Ricci was in it.
Fox was Racer X, right?
Yeah.
And then John Goodman's in it.
Yep. Dude, it's just so good.
All right, I'll go back and watch it again.
Because it's so from the first moment to the last moment. It just gets more and more ridiculous. But it's just over the top, and they're just like, hey, this is the world we're in. It's colorful, and it's fucking wacky as all hell.
In the chat, Spaceman Spiff says, don't do it, Nick. You will regret it. Just watch Space Jam or something again. To be fair, I think I've only watched Space Jam one time.
I love Space Jam.
Remember liking it?
So, I mean, Space Jam is likable.
Okay.
But, I mean, Space Jam is a kid's movie. Speed Racer, I feel like Speed Racer is something that you can appreciate as a film enthusiast.
It very well may be one of those movies that, because like for instance, I saw The Nice Guys in theaters. That was the Ryan Gosling Gladiator, what's his name? Russell Crowe movie, and I'm like, I don't like this movie. I saw it in theaters, didn't like it. Watched it again at home when I could pause it and relax and go, get a snack, come back, really liked it again. So we'll give it another shot. I'm not saying that once I don't like something, it's dead to me forever. I'm just saying that Speed Racer has an uphill battle for me right now.
It does.
Because I hated that movie when I first saw it.
Yeah, you did.
Fucking hated it. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens.
We will. What else did you watch this weekend, Nick?
Well, last night we were looking for other things to watch, and again we were all talking, so we just wanted to put something on that was just going to be background filler, maybe a little spectacle, maybe some good music. And so we noticed on MTV that the BET Awards were on. And I thought to myself, I've never watched the BET Awards. I bet it's going to be cool. And it was.
Yeah.
The set was insane.
I see that. That blows my mind.
Fucking awesome. They had Tim. Mm-hmm. All LEDs everywhere. They did LEDs in the back of the arena, in like front, everywhere.
So even around the crowd.
Yeah, they had like the LED looked like it exploded, and all LEDs were around like in little sprinkles.
Well, oh, so just sprinkle. It wasn't like
no. It was like if you turned around like when the camera craned around, you would see like a smattering of LEDs.
That is
kind of
so cool.
Off into the distance, it was beautifully done. But the coolest fucking thing. First off, Leslie Jones hosted it, and she was fucking hilarious. The coolest fucking thing though was when people would come on stage, the LED wall would part. And a conveyor belt would bring them out.
The people out?
Like, you know one of those people movers at the airport that makes you feel like you're running really fast, even though you're actually not exerting any more energy than it would take to normally walk? It would do that, but what was hilarious is every time it would look super cool, and they would try to get off the conveyor belt, and it would be hella confusing. I'm like, oh my God, the real world just slowed down a little bit.
There's nothing scarier than the last 5 seconds when you're going up on one of the like snowboard or ski.
Oh, the ski lifts?
Ski lifts?
Yeah.
And you have to get off?
Yeah.
You're just looking at it like, I'm not going to fuck it up this time. I got this. You just see it, and then once you nail it, you're like, yeah.
Yeah. And then you hit your ass. You're like, shit. And the next person spikes you in the ass. It was super fun. The one thing I learned out of many things from watching the BET Awards is that my knowledge of hip-hop, like music, is zero.
Okay.
Like,
I don't want to lose this because there's some gold in the chat right now that I want to address. There was some beef that went down last night between one Joe Budden and one the Migos. Okay,
so
the
Migos was one of the people I remember, sure.
But Kinda Cool Greg in the chat says Migos would hurt that old man's feelings.
Okay.
And the thing here that happened is Joe Budden refused to interview Migos because he was like, nah, I'm better than that. And it's just like, that is the most fucking 90s hip-hop thing I have ever heard in my life.
You gotta do it. One of the person who opened the show was one Bruno Mars. Now, I know Bruno Mars.
You know him personally?
I mean, we go way back.
Okay,
we go way back. Bruno Mars is one of those rare performers that just is fucking awesome to watch. And the opening number that he did was like 5 minutes long. It had pauses in it. He was fucking with people on their Instagram. They did this thing that only Bruno Mars can do, because Bruno Mars, I love him. Like I assume his influences are like James Brown and Michael Jackson. Like he comes in. What is this? What are we looking at here?
One of the fucking Migos was wearing an Aku Aku chain from Crash Bandicoot.
Dude, these guys have the most amazing.
Get the fuck out of here, Joe.
These guys have the most amazing floral patterns, by the way. They all dress like that, and I'm like, I don't understand hip hop anymore. This is cool.
Oh man.
One of the great parts about Bruno Mars is they did this thing with the whole band. Like sat down for a second with like the his brass section behind him, and they would sit, and they would kick off the song again, and they would hop across the fucking stage on their asses in unison as they were singing. It was so hype. And then they would go to the other side of the stage, stop,
and do it again.
He literally was like this. Are you doing this on Instagram right now? You know you can just watch this. It's gonna be on YouTube later. He's like, fuck it, pull up your Instagram, and starts singing to this girl's Instagram.
I love it.
And I'm sure, granted, that was produced. But it doesn't matter.
Dude.
It was still very cool. I had a great time watching it. I think we should live stream those next year.
Bruno Mars is awesome. As a performer, what a damn dude. I feel like he's
a badass.
I love him because he took his career so far. Because he had his kind of hits where he was featuring on things.
Right.
Like back in the day, I think the first time I heard of him was when he was featured on Nothing on You by B.O.B. And I was like, man, this dude got vocals. And this dude, like, he's going to be one of those flavor of the month featured artists that are going to be on everyone's album at that time and then kind of fade away. He didn't let that happen. He came out and then he did The Billionaire with Travis from Gym Class Heroes. That was a fucking hit. And he just kept going. And then he released his own album and made sure that the videos were awesome and funny and shareable. And those things popped off.
Super fun to watch.
And now he's like, fuck it, I'm just going to be entertaining as all hell.
He really is.
That's
really
great,
is. As opposed to Fat Joe. And they kept cutting back to Fat Joe. He did not look like he was having a good time. But to be fair, that's how Fat Joe always looks.
Yeah.
Every time they come back to him, he's just like,
man, Fat Joe.
Right? He's there.
Fat Joe.
They just kept cutting back to him. I was like, leave Fat Joe alone.
Just leave him alone.
Let him fucking just relax.
Well, so that's what's weird is I haven't watched the BET Awards in a long time, probably like 7 years. And they were always such lower quality compared to
this had
the
flares
VMAs.
of it. This had flares of it. For instance, they kept cutting to the announcer who was in the Coca-Cola themed booth. It was very. That was like they'd cut over to her and it looked like something from a trade show floor.
Yeah.
Where it was like just like a bare skin of Coca-Cola and she was talking into like a normal mic. And I'm like, that's a little chintzy. But the rest of the production was really cool.
Awesome. I'll have to check that out. I really want to see the conveyor belts.
Yeah, it was cool. I think you'd like it.
That sounds great. Let's see.
Should we talk some news?
Let's get into the tips.
Oh, you want to get into tips?
Yeah.
We'll do tips first, and then maybe we'll talk a little bit of news. We have 3 tips as of right now. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your support. G. Jills says, I'm making a song about Kind of Funny, and I need buttholes from both Tim, Nick, and Joey Noel if possible. I still have Kevin, Cool Greg, and Andy buttholes in the bag. Thanks. Love you guys. Butthole. Tim?
Butthole.
And Joey Noel, unfortunately, is not here today. We'll try to get one from her tomorrow. Just remind us. Sir Pineapple says, birthday tax, my dudes. I appreciate your hustle. Keep up the great work. Ignacio Rojas says, it's been a long time since we've had a fun clip. Please don't let Greg kill fun clips. We will see. Kevin will look at this fun clip.
Let's look at it right now.
It doesn't look like it's that fun.
Well, Kevin's going to look at it.
Is he kiboshing it?
And if Kevin doesn't like it, he's going to put the kibosh on it.
How are we hearing it?
Because I was just playing it myself. This does actually look pretty cool. But it also looks like something that's going to get super...
Well, I mean, it's just... it doesn't end like...
It doesn't...
It's a potentially 6-minute long fun
Here's
clip.
the thing.
This does look awesome.
Fun clips...
30 seconds or less.
...are not dead. But it's on us as a group to make sure that we're, only submitting the either highest or lowest quality. We don't want this middle stuff.
It needs to be the modern day internet equivalent of a quick punch to the nuts. Like, it's funny, might hurt a little bit, and I'm going to resent you for it, but I have to be honest, it was hilarious.
Here's the thing. I'm sure that video is funny.
Yeah, I'll watch it later.
But that's not what a fun clip is.
That
is a, hey, you guys should watch this. Here's a link, not a fun clip.
I don't want a full kata. I want a quick kung fu hit to the nuts, guys. Hit to the nuts, we're out, right? Block, hit to the nuts. Kung fu. And by the way, Mr. Sir Pineapple gave us a very nice tip for his birthday, so I appreciate that. I did want to shout that out.
Thank you, Mr. Pineapple.
That's it for tips for right now.
Happy birthday.
Tim.
Happy birthday. Yeah.
Do we want to talk news?
Yeah, let's do a story or two.
News. Our first story today comes from our good friends over at IGN. This is Jim
Vejvoda.
Thank you. I always want to say Vejvoda.
You don't pronounce the J.
Vejvoda. Thank you. Says there's been some confusion based on past interview comments from producers of Spider-Man Homecoming as to whether Sony Pictures' Spidey spin-off films Venom and Silver Black, based on the Black Cat and Silver Sable, are part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the same way as Tom Holland's Spider-Man is. I spoke on the phone today, this is Jim saying this, with one of the producers of the spin-off films as well as Homecoming, Amy Pascal, who set the record straight regarding specifically Venom and Silver Black place, if anything, among the MCU. These are standalone movies, Pascal says, citing 20th Century Fox's X-Men franchise as an example. Pascal explained that these Spidey spin-offs exist as Marvel movies in the same way that the X-Men films do, but not as facets of the Disney-owned MCU. That's good news, I think.
I mean,
I think it's good news.
Here's my thing. I don't think this is news. I bet you that we hear about this and at least 2 more times on Is It or Is It Not. There's going to be a bunch of flipping back and forth. Yeah. This story's flipped back and forth like 4 times in the last month. Like the fact that one dude on a phone call says this, I'm like, all right, cool.
No, it's Amy Pascal, and Amy Pascal is probably is pretty much the helm of the ship. So
that's all well and dandy. We'll see how well Homecoming does, and if that changes anything.
This will probably be part of the MCU.
There's so much there that I'm like, I don't know. The fact that these movies are even happening still blows my mind.
Right.
Like, are we really gonna get the Black and Silver movie?
I don't know.
Like, because that sounds crazy.
I don't know. It could be cool though.
I mean, it could be cool.
Could be fun.
Based on their track record, it's not going to be cool.
Well, we'll see how Homecoming does.
Well, the Homecoming's unrelated. Homecoming has Marvel on it. This would just be Sony.
True. That's true.
And I don't know that I could trust Sony with a Black Cat and Silver Sable movie.
Wait, let me see. Was Amy Pascal on Homecoming though? I feel like she was, because I think she left. She used to be the head of Sony Pictures. And then she got ousted with all the when that thing got hacked.
The shakeup went down.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, the good news about all of this is Spider-Man: Homecoming's reviews are in, and they're getting really solid reviews.
So Amy Pascal was a producer on Homecoming.
Cool.
So we'll see what happens.
Was a producer. How many producers are on it though? Like again,
I think she actually specifically left her job to do this. So we'll see what happens. But I don't know. There's a giant takeover ad here. Anyway. So that's
anyway.
Fingers crossed. I think that's great news. I hope they stick to that because that means they can have a lot more fun with Venom and Black and Silver and Black? Black and Silver.
Black and Silver.
Black and Silver. Then they can with the other ones.
Which is the other Black? Is that really what you're gonna call this? I don't know. Whatever. We'll see. We'll see. I wonder if we'll ever get that Ant-Man movie.
The Ant-Man movie?
Ant-Man.
Oh, Ant-Man movie.
Yeah.
I hope not.
And then this next news story. This is from The Hollywood Reporter. Transformers 5 box office, how far the bots have fallen. The big budget tentpole opened notably behind the previous installments in the US, even while showing signs of life overseas, especially in China.
Right.
No surprise. But it is the international box office enough to save the franchise. Transformers morphed into a record-setting blockbuster, amassing $155.4 million in its 6-day North American debut in 2007. Going through this now, the past weekend when the Transformers last night, the 5th outing, posted a dismal 5-day domestic debut of $69.1 million, including a Friday-Saturday gross of $45.3. Any which way the numbers are sliced, it's a franchise low. In June 2011, Transformers 2 commanded a massive $200.1 million in its 5-day debut, followed by Transformers 3 with a 6-day $180.7. Is a 6-day really qualify as a weekend?
I don't know. That's what these are, man. This is the problem is they keep cheating too. Like it's gonna open on Monday now.
Yeah.
And it's like that's not a fucking weekend. That's the first week.
Yeah, and then
you're cheating. You just want that cool headline.
And then the last movie we saw was Age of Extinction. Mm-hmm. A reboot of the franchise, semi-reboot of the franchise, starring Mark Wahlberg instead of LaBeouf. And it opened to $100 million over the June 27th to 29th weekend before topping out at $245 million domestically, compared to the $300 and $400 million of the first three. So, man, we'll see. But then at the same time, Age of Extinction became the first film in the franchise to cross the $1 billion mark after earning $858 million overseas.
Look, I mean, the thing is this: these numbers, while low, it's still gonna make money.
Yeah.
So if you're the kind of person who's like, please don't make the Bumblebee movie, too late. It's gonna happen. It's happening. But it is interesting to watch as these series that are going into the 5th and 6th movie, Pirates of the Caribbean, another one of them, where it's like, where is that threshold?
Yeah.
Of someone goes, you know what? We're good. We don't need these anymore. Because I still think we're very far off from that.
I do too. I don't know, man. I can't believe it's still going. I will say that I learned a little bit about myself this weekend, Nick. One of my friends who has horrible taste in movies and just likes to watch everything, he hit me up. And he's like, Tim, we need to go watch Transformers. No one else will watch it with me.
Yeah.
And I had that moment where I'm like, am I going to stay true to what I said? And then I was like, you know what? No. I'm not seeing Transformers 5.
Yeah, you should.
I'm fucking not seeing this movie.
You shouldn't, because here's the deal. They were playing, obviously, the Transformers, the prior Transformers, on cable all weekend.
Which I saw using YouTube TV.
There you go. I watched one scene where Mark Wahlberg, whoever the girl was in this, whoever the guy was in this, and T.J. Miller, who I totally forgot was in the last Transformers movie, running away from a warehouse. They look over. Totally bad match on action cut. We have no idea what this other Transformer is. The Transformer throws some sort of grenade, and they try to outrun this giant flame, and then I guess T.J. Miller gets fried in it?
Yep.
Is that right?
T.J. Miller dies.
And then the entire time, they're in Optimus Prime, and they're just crying about T.J. Miller. And I'm like, this is a terrible fucking movie. We should stop supporting these movies.
Yeah.
Don't take your kids to see these movies. There's a Captain Underpants movie out there that's just as bad. Take them to see that instead. Support animation.
Send a message.
Send a message, right? If it's a war of attrition you want, well, here we are. Well, that's good. I'm very proud of you for that.
I'm proud of you too.
At a certain point, you have this beautiful glow inside you, and I just don't want it to dim. And these movies fucking kill it every time they come out.
They do.
They just take a little.
Oh my God.
They just tarnish it a little bit.
And, you know, one day, one of my big projects that I want to work on before I die is I want to do an actual retrospective on the Transformers movies. And really talk about what I do like about them.
Sure.
Because there is something there.
I liked the first
But I also want to like really admit to myself all the places it went fucking wrong.
Garbage.
Because I mean, the moment I saw the first movie, I don't think I've ever been more excited to see a movie in my life.
Sure.
Like going into Transformers 1, I was like, I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah. I was excited to see it too.
And when I walked out, I was like, holy crap, I can't believe they did it. But I was very disappointed.
I actually kind of dug the first Transformers. It wasn't what I wanted. It was a little more slapsticky and a lot more cutty and improv than I thought it was going to be. Way more humans than I thought it was going to be. But I thought it was enjoyable, right?
I think looking back on it now, it's a good movie. Transformers 1. I feel like that stands up.
Good enough.
It's good, it's fine. The plot works.
Right.
Which is something you cannot say about any of the other Transformers movies.
Right.
All right, enough about Transformers.
A lot of people are giving me shit for Captain Underpants. I have not seen Captain Underpants yet. I was just assuming it was bad. If it's good, people are saying it's actually pretty good. I should check it out. I apologize for that. I rendered an opinion that was ill-informed. I know I never do that.
No.
That is never a Nick Scarpino move, but Captain Underpants may or may not be good. It's got 87% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'll go check it out.
So the
By
final,
that I mean I'll check it out when it comes to Netflix.
Final news story of the day, and I feel like this kind of wraps things up nicely based on what we were talking about. TJ Miller says he's leaving Silicon Valley, and it felt like a breakup.
Yeah, so this story, if you've been tracking this has been happening for a while. There's a follow-up story to this also that talks about that Mike Judd, thank you. Talks about the season finale and how this whole thing was wrapped up. But it was very interesting because last week the story came out where it said, it was an amicable split. It made it sound like something had happened, yada, yada, yada. This story is actually a really great interview with TJ Miller where he goes way the fuck off the map for a couple of these answers. But it basically boils down to his career is blowing up. He wanted a little bit more time and he doesn't want to do the show anymore. And so when they gave him the out, when they were talking to him about his involvement with the show, he was actually like saying, he was basically like, I'm thinking about leaving. And they were like, we don't want you to leave, but if that's what you want to do, we'll figure it out. So it does sound like it was amicable, but it also sounds like he just kind of wanted to move on, and they were okay with that.
Yeah.
Definitely go. This is from the Hollywood Reporter. Go check this out if you guys want to see it. If you're a fan of Silicon Valley, it's very fascinating because there's a lot of subtext in this that I think fans of the series will pick up on. Namely that it's had there's been a lot of shit, a lot of characters, one of the characters died, a lot of different evolution to the series that I personally feel like has hurt the series. I feel like him leaving is going to hurt the series. I love Erlich Bachman. He doesn't agree. He thinks that everyone hates that character. I'm like, that's the point. You love to hate him. He is the heel every single time.
Yeah.
And so now there is no heel. So we'll see what happens. I will say I have not finished Silicon Valley yet. I'm on the second to last episode.
And what do you say, what's the word, without getting too far into it? Is season 4 worth watching? Because I haven't even started it yet. I'm hearing a lot of bad things.
It's still an entertaining show. It's still a very well done show, but they've lost, in my opinion, the tone and the shenanigans of the first couple seasons, where it's not fun anymore. Now it's actually just kind of like
stressful.
Stressful. It is. It's stressful to see these characters that you love constantly fail.
Yeah.
And this is a theme throughout all of HBO, by the way. Same with Veep, where Veep used to be about her trying to become president, and then she became president, and it's about her trying to keep president. Now she's just a civilian who's thinking about running for office again, might be vice president. And it's not fun when you take them out of that setting. Like Seinfeld, if Seinfeld went to Russia for an entire season, it wouldn't be fun. Because you're like, no, they have to be in the apartment. It has to be about them being assholes to each other and like kind of selfish brats. You take that core out of it, and you've lost the heart of your show.
Yeah.
So I think Silicon Valley has a little bit of an identity crisis right now, where it doesn't necessarily know where it needs to be. And TJ Miller's character, whom I would say, despite him saying otherwise, I think it's one of the strongest characters, if not the strongest character on the show. Him leaving, I really think is going to be to the detriment of the show. I really do.
Yeah, man, I'm interested because season 1 and 2 of that show are some of my all-time favorites.
Season
3 was a little bumpy.
Still good. Still some fucking great moments. Jin Yang still going strong.
Yeah.
He's even bigger character now than he was before, and I fucking think it's hilarious. It's still a good show.
Okay.
But definitely worth watching, but it's going to be sad to see TJ Miller go. Huge fan.
All right, so let's do the giveaway, Nick.
Giveaway
Ready
time.
for that?
I am ready for that.
Good. This giveaway is For Honor on the PlayStation 4. Now, there's 4 ways to win this, my friends out there. 1, be in the Twitch chat, like many of you are right now.
Right.
2, be a Twitch subscriber, which you could be if you are not currently. And all you need is Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a free Twitch Prime subscription where every month you have to re-up, but you get free if you already have that. So that's cool. Otherwise, you can just pay $5 a month to your Twitch sub. The other way, support us on patreon.com/kindafunny, or the other way is patreon.com/kindafunnygames. The $2 or above level gets you into all the giveaways that we ever do.
Thank you.
And Greg just re-upped our giveaway spreadsheet with all the codes, and there's a lot of real good shit in there.
Good.
Yeah, not to ever say that we don't always have good stuff,
No.
but like there's sometimes I'm like
we
trying to pick a giveaway, I'm like, I don't know, these don't look too good.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, oh shit, these are all, or at least mostly, like high-profile games or really cool indies. All right, so yeah, For Honor, one of those games on PlayStation 4. The winner today comes from patreon.com/kindafunnygames. And his name is Adam Stewart.
What's up, Adam Stewart?
Bow.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
You won something for free.
Do you need
because
me
you
to
support
send
us.
it to him?
And we love
Kevin.
you for that.
Yes.
Kevin, if you could please send that, that would be amazing.
Sent.
Sent.
Yeah.
And now
Sense.
it is time for a segment known as P.S. I Love This Best Friend XOXO. It is a daily segment here on the Kind of Funny Morning Show.
Right.
Where one of you nominates another one of you for doing something cool in the community
nice.
or just being a cool person.
It's super
whatever
positive.
it is.
It's great on a Monday.
Spreading that love.
We love it. Take the love around, that sweet, nasty, kind of stinky love where you're like, if I wasn't into this right now, it'd be disgusting, and just spread it all over the world.
Hell yeah.
Because we want that.
We do.
We want that for all of you.
We do. McFortune Cookie.
I fucking love you guys. I love everyone out there.
Nominates John Hayes.
Nice.
AKA Johnny Hayes on Twitter.
Hayes.
Saying, I know I've nominated someone recently, but I felt John needed a shout out. He's been a pretty active best friend for a while now, and he's beginning to share more and more of his amazing artwork. I just feel like he deserves some love from people. His stuff could make amazing teas in the future. Now, I want to give a shout out to him because I have also seen his positivity and his influence in the community. And shout out to Cool Greg has something to say.
I fucking love that man. Johnny Hayes, that's my bro. Putting that out there.
So there you
All
go.
right.
Johnny Hayes, doing good things.
Cool.
But
I don't know why I'm Googling him.
Yeah,
I can just go to Twitter.
Nick just looked up Johnny Hayes on Google. Like,
I was going to put at
there's
Johnny
some
Hayes
random ass
Twitter.
videos, and I love it. But
That's
no,
fucking
anyway,
hilarious.
he's great. So thank you for everything that you're doing. And so here's the thing with this P.S. I Love This Best Friend. You can go to kindoffunny.com/bestfriend to nominate someone. And right now, we're looking real slim on the pickings. So even if you've done it before, go for it and do it again.
Go for it.
We got to push this more.
Give someone a nice
Because we
shout
want
out.
to keep sharing the love. It could be for anything.
Take the love.
Just be a cool person.
Spread it around like cream cheese on a bagel. Andy Cortez.
Oh, man.
What'd I miss? Happy belated birthday to Kyle Daniels.
Kyle Daniels.
Kyle Daniels.
Shout
Yeah,
out to you.
If you're wondering, am I that Kyle Daniels? Yeah, it's you. Your birthday was like 3 or 4 days ago. Kevin, this video isn't great.
Alright, cool.
It's pretty fucked
No,
up.
let's not. Yeah.
It's a tip.
But hey, Kyle Daniels, happy birthday. Thank you, Andy, for that. Spread the love. kindoffunny.com/bestfriend. Please go nominate cool people.
I got one more tip left that we'll call tips, guys. This is from DUK Deadman. Says, hey guys, hope you're all having a great day. Here's a fun clip. You may have already seen this, but oh well. Quick question. Any plans to come to RTX London in October?
We will not be at RTX London, unfortunately.
Begged.
We did.
We begged Bethany to
Like,
send us to
"God damn it,
RTX
Bethany."
London. I was like, whatever you need Tim Gettys to do, he will do. And she was like, no, it's a budget thing. But we definitely want to go. I love London. You guys know I love you all there. We miss all of our best friends over there across the pond, as they say.
Across
using
the
the loo, taking the lift, eating the freaking fish and chips.
Fish and the bangers and mash?
Bangers and mashing each other up. We'll be there soon, hopefully, guys. We love you. We're thinking about you every day.
So, is there any more tips?
That's it for tips.
That's it for tips.
will
We're
call
calling the tips. We're now going to do the old Moriarty 3 and 3.
God bless him. Still kicking somewhere.
Let's see.
Tighter89 says, will you guys go to PAX West? I will not be at PAX West.
Unconfirmed.
Unfortunately.
Unconfirmed.
can
I will
confirm
not
that
be
I
at
will not
PAX
be there.
West. Nick's on vacation.
I'm on vacation.
I'm at my friend's wedding. Will Greg be there? We'll have to see.
Probably.
But we're
We
trying
don't
our
know.
best to go to less conventions this season so we can focus more on the content and like really kick its ass.
Yeah, it turns out when we stay here, it's fun to do these shows.
But
When we're
it's a
fresh.
give and take because
I like to go to
there's
conventions
nothing
too.
better than hanging out and seeing everybody and like being in that vibe.
I appreciate that.
So-
I respect that.
It's a balance. We're learning the balance. Ryan Santilli says, Nick, what's your Starbucks drink of choice this summer? As if it will ever change.
My Starbucks drink of choice has, and generally, it has changed before in the past. How dare you? I've gone decaf, now I'm back to caffeinated. A venti iced coffee, unsweetened. No
Is
room.
it though?
No room.
Venti?
Sometimes it's a Trenti.
It's a Trento.
No, I went back
It's
to
a
Venti.
Trento.
I went back to Venti.
Really?
Because Trento was a little too much. It is a little too much. Plus, I've got this nifty thing now, and this is only a Venti.
Wow.
Starbucks themed. Bow, bow, bow.
Bow, bow, bow.
I fucking love everyone on Twitter. Inevitably, whenever you put out a joke tweet, there's always the first reply is the guy that like fucks with you. Every single time. That's happened to me like the last 3 times. Kudos to you guys out there. Keep it up.
Shout out to you guys.
Respect that. Respect that.
No. Fuck, he lost it. Stark My Ball says, Timothy, Watched the Hassan Minaj special. It was a good story, but more of a drama with a few funny moments than an actual stand-up comedy show. Did you watch it yet?
Not yet. I'm listening to a very fascinating. He's on The Business this week.
Really?
Yeah, I'm listening to a very fascinating interview with him and Kim Masters, talking about how he came up. Where he I guess he was on a Pizza Hut commercial first, and then got the Daily Show. The story of that. And has been. It was very fascinating because I guess his first special. I don't know if it's this one or not. I think it was his first one. Could be wrong, but he went to the Sundance Labs to actually figure it out. It must be this one. And I guess it took him like 3 years to do it.
I get it because the production of it, like I was saying, you need to watch it.
Yeah,
I can't wait to talk to you.
This got me fired up about it.
Because I'm interested to see what your thoughts are in terms of the production of whether it's overproduced or whatever. And what this guy's saying with Star My Balls, I mean, I agree, but I think that is the best type of stand-up special when it's just someone there just telling jokes. I feel like that is...
It depends. There's like, you can't really... To say stand-up is one thing is to do it a disservice. Yeah. Stand-up's whatever the fuck it wants to be. As long as it's entertaining, in my opinion, and thought-provoking on some level, or has some level of commentary, you've hit the mark.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of all of it. I'm a fan of classic stand-up where like guys like Rogan or Burr, where they just get up there and it's sheer jokes and fun, but it's still storytelling.
That's what the thing is. It's still storytelling though.
Yeah. And there are very few people that go up there and just do puns every 5 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
We were talking about.
I think that runs its course pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But whereas with this, I disagree. There's just a few funny moments. I think there's many funny moments. But my favorite type of comedy is the South Park style comedy, where it's just like it's a lot of jokes, but then there is a heart to it. And there is a moral of the story and a reason for it all happening.
But that's the thing, and you're seeing an evolution, obviously, right? We're seeing this is the first time a lot of people have been very exposed to stand-up specials. Prior to this, you'd really only be able to catch them either on HBO or Comedy Central. If I can't think of any other networks that really show them. So the fact that Netflix is funding these things, and the fact that you're starting to see people go, well, I don't want to do what's been done before. That's been done. What I want to do is try a new form. Like if you watch Tony Hinchcliffe's special, totally different format. Very small. The camera is the audience, right? And it's going in front of him the entire time, and it's just a totally different vibe than like Joe Rogan's Triggered, right? Which is huge, big, like classic stand-up, hour of just Joe Rogan fucking doing what Joe Rogan does. So I think it's cool.
So Nick, you've been doing this for a little bit now.
Sure.
The stand-up thing.
Yeah.
I'm putting you on the spot here.
Go for it.
How far are you from an hour-long special?
I have what I would consider a quasi-okay 3 minutes of material.
Okay.
So I'm working on 5 minutes.
So what do you think? What are the steps
4 to 7
then?
minutes. So the steps are you jump into the pool, and hopefully you can swim. Basically, you just write a bunch of jokes and you go and you get 3 minutes.
Let's save this for GOG.
You want to do a whole topic?
I want to really get into this because like I want a Nick Scarpino stand-up special.
I will do that. I love that. I love this idea.
We got to make it happen.
But an hour is hard.
Yeah.
I've seen.
We got the people though. We can fill one of those fucking.
We could fill
venues.
one of those venues.
Netflix, if you're listening.
You technically need 2 times the amount of people because they generally do 2 tapings.
We'll fucking do 2 tapings.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, I'd love that. That'd be fun. But I'm a little ways away from that. We'll put it that way.
Let's see. MadLad9 says, Tim, any thoughts on the classic SNES and Star Fox 2? We keep game stuff for games daily now, but my quick thing is I'm excited as fuck. I cannot believe Nintendo is actually putting out that lineup of games.
It's all Tim and Greg have been talking about.
Chrono Trigger and Donkey Kong Country 2, in my opinion, for like the quintessential Super Nintendo experience. But man, looking at it's like a dream list. Like that's the type of list that on Gamescast we would have been like, what should the Super Nintendo Mini have? We'd be like this list, and they actually did it. Star Fox 2. That's a good sign that Nintendo is thinking outside the box and trying different stuff.
Man,
Star Fox 2, kind of a shitty game, all things considered.
Still,
but it's cool that they're doing that. And Kind of Funny Games Daily will be beginning soon.
I will say this: they have constantly put a smile on your face.
They have,
and that's good. That's great.
They're killing it.
That's super great. We are a little long in the tooth here. Have we gone into sub-only mode already? Are we already there?
Let's sub-only mode. Last 3.
Let's do a couple questions for sub-only mode, and then we got to get going because Greg and Andrea are here.
There's a lot of people here giving a lot of love to you and the stand-up stuff.
Appreciate that, guys. I'm very excited to be showing you guys more of that. A couple questions before. Someone was asking if we would do anything for the Conor McGregor Mayweather fight. Probably. I think we should do something, so we'll talk about that. You're aware of this?
No.
Conor McGregor.
I know it's happening.
It's happening.
When?
August 26th, I want to say? Yeah, I believe it's August 26th.
I'm going to a UFC fight.
Are you
July
really?
29th.
You are going to love it. It is fun, man. It is fun.
They're actually doing that for the bachelor party?
Doing it.
So I would like to, I'll let you guys know what we do on that. If anything, we might be able to try to get it here and just stream our reactions to it. I think it'd be really cool. It'd be also fun to make, Greg Miller has watched fights with me before. He loves it. So maybe we can get wings,
With
fights.
CM Punk getting back in the ring.
It's never. That is probably never happening. He took an ass beating, unfortunately. But to his credit, fucking got in the ring, and he fought.
Got paid.
More than I did. More than I've ever done. Because I am not crazy.
Steve
yes,
Jr.
August 26th.
Steve Jr. says, "Are you guys going to do a Baby Driver reacts?" No, we won't do a reacts. We'll probably talk about it on the morning show. You've already seen it.
I have seen it.
What's your quick review?
I liked it. It's like if Edgar Wright directed Heat, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
So if you like Edgar Wright, it's the least Edgar Wright film you'll ever watch in your life, though. It is not. It's the least.
It's still very Edgar.
Very
Wright.
stylized, but it's not. It's not. It doesn't have the vibe of the Coronetto trilogy. Yeah, it definitely doesn't have that. It's It's a lot different, but it's cool.
All right, I'm interested. And then the last thing is from McBear Me83 says, "Wait, how does Tim know Star Fox 2 isn't good? I thought it was never released." It was never released, but the ROM got dumped, and it was available for like the last 20 years.
If it's on the internet, the fucking Matrix over here has it.
Star Fox 2 in almost complete form has been available for a very long time. And that's what they use as the influence for Star Fox Command on the DS.
Lovely.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Kind of Funny Morning Show. We're about to switch over to Kind of Funny Games Daily with Greg Miller and Andrew Renee. Get hyped.
Stick around.
Big day for games, as far as I'm concerned.
That's going to be good. This is going to be good. Stick around. As we switch over, I will be reading subs and resubs. I appreciate you guys. Hang out here. You're going to get a little Nick Scarpino ASMR right in your earbuds. Kevin, switch it over.